Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. Great, you've made it day 2 of Emerge. Today we're deepening our relationship to feet. It's amazing. Yesterday I was washing the dishes, washing away, and suddenly I was like, and my toes wanted to move and connect and tell me where they were. It was really beautiful. And so that eyes closed and connecting to where your feet are. So right now, close your eyes and just move your feet and connect to this sense of footness in this moment. Like, how do you know that you have feet? How do you know that you're moving your feet? Is there a texture difference? Close your eyes while you're doing it, it's easier. Is there a texture difference between your feet? One's a little bit blurry for me. The other one's really crisp and clear. One's very much bigger. Just notice as you wiggle your toes, as you move your feet. Interesting. So come lie on your back. Come. Oh no, come sit on your mat. Sit on your mat and have a thing underneath your bum. So tomorrow you're going to need a sock because we're going to start picking things up with our toes. So something, a sock, a cloth or something. But I'll write up in the thing. So tomorrow have a sock, okay? So begin like yesterday, squeeze your toes in, open your toes out, and really make it like it's, before it was a discovery of or an inquiry into where my feet are. Now it's like a little bit more like exercise. Squeeze your toes in, open your toes wide. And I'm really trying to exaggerate the opening of my baby toes and my big toes. And I'm noticing that one of my legs, my knee bends in a different way than the other to do this action. So interesting. Nice. Now squeeze your toes in like fists and move your feet. Moving your feet forward and backwards. I'm noticing that I'm making fists out of my hands. Nice. Now open your toes wide and move your feet forward and backwards. Make it really exciting for your feet, enjoyable for your feet. Make it like, for me, there's a sense of joy and connectivity, feeling me, the community of all the different parts of me. Nice. Bring your baby toes down and kind of scrape sand with the sides of your feet. And make it as big back towards you as you can, and then push it as far away from you as you can. So exaggerate the movement here even. So it's like, what's the biggest range that I can create here in wellness? So they're really pulling back like little frogs, and then they're pushing away. I just feel that. Really feel the edge of your feet connecting to the floor. Nice. Other way around, big toes. What's the biggest arc that you can make with your toes? I can feel that my body wants to help the pulling towards. Remember that this is really cramp territory. Nice. Take your legs for a run. So you're going to bend your knees and then slap the backs of your knees down onto the floor. And then both together. Nice, cool. So bend your right knee and bring your foot flat to the floor. So now my foot is flat on the floor and it has this sense of connectivity. And then slide your foot as far forward as you can, but you have to keep your toes on the floor and then slide your foot back. So there's a certain point where one of my toes, my big toe, wants to lift off the floor. So don't let it. How far forward can you slide? How far back can you slide? Now lift your toes off the floor. Ball of your foot is still down. Heel is still down. Slide your foot forward and backwards. Nice. Only your heel on the floor. And suddenly my leg straightens. I'm like, whoa, that's so cool. Really, again, this is an exercise rather than a sensory experience. So how high can you bring your foot in wellness? And how strong can you push away? So sometimes we do things to connect to sensations. Sometimes we do things to deepen into our range of wellness, of strength. All the way in, yeah, all the way out. Nice. Other foot. So bend your left knee. Foot is flat on the floor. And keep your foot on the floor as you slide your foot forward and backwards. And there's a point where I can't straighten my leg anymore, because if I straighten anymore, my toes will lift. And I feel that kind of achy weirdness of that place. Oh, heart attack city. No idea why my camera turned off. So now I'm on my computer. Sorry about that. It's always a bit wobbly when things go a bit wobbly. So come sit on your mat again if you were trying to push the buttons. And left foot's on the floor and we're sliding it forward and backwards. Left foot on the floor, sliding it forward and backwards. Nice. Now lift your toes off the floor. Slide your foot forward and backwards. I'm going to have my hands on the floor. It actually feels very nice. And then heel only on the floor, forward and backwards. Nice, cool. So bend both knees so your feet are flat on the floor and your feet are maybe 2 feet apart. And then turn your right foot so you can see your right foot. Bring it back to the floor. Turn your left foot so you can see the sole of the left foot. And just turn your foot to see the sole of your foot. Turn your foot to see the sole of your foot. And just do that a few times. And as we do that, there's something kind of happening. You're walking your bum forward as you do this. So just feel the sense of rocking onto your ankles and even exaggerate the rolling of your foot. I'm trying to see more of the sole of my foot. Oh my God, they're so dirty. I'm trying to see the sole of my foot. I'm going to push myself back and do that one more time. See the sole of the left foot. See the sole of the right. And to really see it, my knee is going to drop down more and more. The wood on my ankles, I can feel it. I'm really feeling my ankle bones, which I'm really excited about, actually. And come all the way back. Cool. Back to this position here. And then tuck your left foot in. So your left foot's tucked in, your right foot is standing, okay? And then bring your right foot a little bit closer towards you. If for any reason your left knee doesn't like this, then keep your left leg straight, okay? So what we're going to do is rock forward so you feel weight traveling into the right foot, like you're just about to lift up. So you're like rock forward, feel pressure into the right foot, into the floor, your hip and your knee also on the right. Forward and forward. So you might have your left knee bent as you do this, or you might have your left leg straight. Either way. Maybe if you want to, you can begin to lift your bum a little bit more off the floor so that you're actually dropping your head down and there's a weight traveling into your foot, into your leg. So how would you lift your bum a little bit off the floor? I'm pushing my left hand down and I'm really noticing, how does this right leg take weight? Just interested. How do I roll onto the toes of the right foot? Or do I stay flat on the right foot? What's the use of the right foot here? Nice. Other side. Either keep your right leg straight or have your right knee bent, depending on your hips. And just rock forward and backwards and feel the weight traveling into the left foot. So as you lean forward, your foot is pushing into the floor. And then maybe you begin to lift your bum by pushing the right foot into the floor, right hand into the floor. Maybe you push both hands into the floor. Yeah. If I bring my left hand also to the floor, I feel more support for my bum to lift. But feel the rocking of the weight into the left foot. That's what the awareness of this is. How do I bring the weight into the left foot? Nice. How cool. Super. Both legs straight out. So roll the baby toe side of the right foot to the floor and then look at the right foot. So slide the foot up towards you. Look at the sole of your right foot. Turn your foot as much as you can with your foot, not with your hands, and really look at the sole of your foot and go, hi, hello you. And then stretch your leg out long. Other leg, slide the left foot towards you. Turn your foot so you can see your foot really clearly. And then out. Lean towards the left. And then look at the right sole of your foot. But I'm not using my hands in any way. I'm just trying to bring my right foot up behind me so I see my foot over there. I'm not pulling it towards me, nothing, just like I see the right sole of my foot as I lean to the left. Go the other way. Look at the sole of your left foot. So these are all functional things. You know, you're out walking on the beach and you stand on something. You have to look at the sole of your foot. How do you see the sole of your foot? And then back. Now bring your right foot all the way in towards you. You've just stubbed your toe on something. So grab your foot and pull your toe towards you and look down at your big toe. So I'm rounding, my knee is tucked into my shoulder. My two hands are pulling on my foot because I'm trying to bring it a little bit closer towards me. And then just wiggle your toes here. As you hold your foot, wiggle your toes. Open them wide, squeeze them in. Open them wide, squeeze them in. One more time. Open them wide. They are so cute. Squeeze them in. Let's just rub your foot a little bit there. Just give thanks for every step you've ever taken has been with this foot. Well, half of them has been with this foot. Nice, other side. And draw the left foot in. Hold on to it, pull it up. Try and look at the big toe really clearly. Nice, and then wiggle your toes. How awesome. What a beautiful thing feet are. Wiggle your toes. Try to move that baby toe. Try to kind of move all the other toes apart. I've told you this before, but the same summer that Remington Steele was on, keep wiggling your toes. At Remington Steele, he moved one eyebrow. What's he called? Pierce Brosnan. So I spent a summer trying to move one eyebrow like Pierce Brosnan. And then at the same summer, I decided that I would try and move all my toes. I spent a summer trying to move my 3 center toes independently. It was amazing. I just used to stare at my feet, I feel like, for a whole summer and move my toes. It was awesome. Nice. Come lie on the floor, all the way down. Bring both feet to the floor and then sway your knees from side to side and let your feet follow what your knees are doing. So now you're just rocking your knees from side to side. And you're noticing that between your knees and your heel, it's just one solid motion. There's no articulation happening. There's just rocking your knees from side to side and your legs are following. Nice. Now glue your feet to the floor and move your knees from side to side. And you're not allowed to take your feet off the floor as you rock your knees from side to side. And suddenly there's such a maneuver happening. So I'm like, how do I bring my knees to the side? So I'm pushing much more with my pelvis because I have no leverage anymore from the weight of my legs. So how do you keep your feet on the floor as you rock your knees from side to side? Nice. Now keep your knee center and rock your feet from side to side. So now I'm keeping my thighs and my knees without moving, but I'm rocking my baby toe, big toe, baby toe, big toe. And I'm going to pause when I'm over to one side. And then I'm going to pause when I'm over towards the other side. My knees aren't moving. I'm just really slowing the movement down and leaning in. So when I lean into the right foot, I can feel the baby toe edge of my foot really clearly. But when I lean into the left foot, it's kind of a blurry sensation of the right foot feels like a blade of ice skating boot. And the left one feels like I'm standing on a teddy bear. So just feel that. What's the difference between your feet? Lift your heels off the floor. Lift your feet off the floor, keeping your heels down. Nice. Squeeze both knees towards you, rock from side to side. So we're going to be taking all these foot movements into our standing poses, building from the ground up, really connecting into how do our feet connect into the floor as we move. Nice. So let's begin. So bring both feet to the floor, really solid and flat down into the floor. So all my toes are connected, the outside of my feet, the arches are lifted, and my heels are really connecting down. And then begin to roll up and down along your spine, but keep the focus in your feet as you roll up and down. So there's this sense of the spine expressing itself by rolling up and rolling down, but keep all of your toes connected. Keep your heels pushing down. Again, I can feel that one of my legs understands what I mean and the other one has no idea. So just for you, can you connect a little bit more into your less present foot? And you clearly define how you push into your feet as you rise. And then as you really support and slow yourself down with the push of your feet as you drop. So one more time, rising up and pause. All the way up, reach your arms up, bring your palms together, lift your toes, and then widen all your toes to the floor. Push the ball of your foot down, push your heels down, and draw your knees a little bit closer together. Breathing into your belly. And often I find it's not about creating an intention and then saying, right, that's on. I have to go back in and kind of wiggle my toes and connect to my feet because I turn something on and then it slowly turns off. And then I turn it on and then it turns off. Naturally, this is what happens. So keep reconnecting your intention of your feet. Nice. Lower your bum all the way down. Roll over into sitting and bring the soles of your feet so they're a little bit apart. Swan. Okay, so come to center. So as your hands come forward, your knees come together, your head drops down. And as your knees drop wide, lengthen and widen. So don't go backwards, just open the chest. Nice. Down, round forward. Feet are flat on the floor. And then you're resting on the baby toe side of your feet as you open. Swan forward. Widen. Just feel that through the torso. Swan forward. Widen. Can you feel the different textures of what your body is touching? So, Maureen, you probably have carpet underneath your feet. I have wood underneath my feet and my yoga mat underneath my bum. The air is beautifully crisp around me. I have a sense of the scarf I'm wearing, the clothing moving on my body. Oh, the feeling of light outside. It's light outside. Wow. One more time. Swan forward, swan back. Nice. Legs are straight. Twist towards the right. Lengthening, spiraling upwards. And then towards the left. Can you feel your feet? Wiggle your toes. Connecting into the length of your legs as you sit here. Really stretching into your heels. And then roll like there's a skipping rope of your spine, or Anne, you really connected yesterday to the cleaning out the inside of a barrel. So feel that. I'm a little Brillo pad cleaning out the inside of a barrel. Connecting into your feet as you do this, and then roll in the other direction. I wonder why my camera turned off. I wonder. Sorry for that in the middle of the class. So come lie on the floor. Just lie on the floor, stretch your legs out long, and rest. And just notice, can you feel your feet? Stretching your legs out long, pausing for a moment, maybe your hands are on your belly, and just connecting in. My feet feel warm. I can feel the spaces between my toes. I can feel the ball of my feet, my heels, my arches. Very nice. So I'll see you tomorrow. We will begin to stand a bit more. I think water washing is one of the ones we're going to really begin with feet. So I'll see you tomorrow. Looking forward to it already. And thanks for joining me. Really such a yum part of my day. And notice during the day when you can feel your feet. Like, oh, when you're typing in your office, when you're washing the dishes, when you're sitting, just notice, oh, I can wiggle my toes and I can feel my feet. Right? Ciao, ciao.